nthralling, and the thing I'm going to teach you today is how to play a chord. So the chord we're going to begin with will be an E. So the E is a major chord, and E minor is a minor chord. I don't want to sound patronising because you may already know this. Major is happy, minor is sad, and the chord will sound happy, and the minor chord will sound a bit more depressing. So I'm going to show you the E page of the book. This is a Simply Guitar book that I'll be using, and this is the variations of an E. And we're starting with this one today, the E major, and then I'm going to teach you the E minor. This is how it's shown. If you really want to make more sense of it, turn it this way, because this is the way your fingers will be playing it on the guitar. Yeah? And there are the 6 strings here, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. I'm going to describe it to you, and then I'm going to demonstrate it to you. The thing I like about the E is all the strings are open. What that means is you don't have to mute any strings. Now if there's an X, that means you can't play that string. So for example, this one here, this is the E suspended to movable, and there are X's on the 2 strings. That means the strings won't be able to be played because it will distort the sound of the chord, whereas with both these E chords you don't have to mute any of the strings, which is what I love about this chord. Oh yeah, and then these are the frets. So this is the 1st fret, that's the 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 4th fret. So the E major, the fingers will be lying somewhere between the 1st and 2nd frets of the guitar. You will notice on the 1st fret you'll be playing the 3rd string, so you'll be playing the G string of the 1st fret. That will be your 1st finger. So the 1st finger is the index, 2nd finger is this middle finger, and the 3rd finger is your ring finger. So that's just to let you know. So then your 2nd finger will be your index finger on the 5th string of the 2nd fret, and your 3rd finger will lie just below that 2nd fret, 4th string, which will be that D string. And then for the E minor, all you need to do is get rid of that 1st finger, so the index, and it will just consist of the 2nd fret, 5th and 4th strings, and it's amazing. That transition is beautiful. It says here 1st, 2nd and 3rd, so ideally you would play it like this with your 2nd and 3rd fingers. However, I never play the E minor this way. I like to use my 1st and 2nd finger. The first one I'm going to show you is the E major. So this is my guitar here. Hopefully you can see it with the light. There we go. And I'm gonna play it exactly how that told me to. Sorry, 1st finger 3rd string, 2nd finger 5th and 3rd finger 4th string. On the correct frets, and this is the E. And I don't have to mute any strings because it's all open. And that is a major chord because it sounds happy. So the minor chord, as I've said, you just get rid of the 1st finger, and it sounds slightly sadder, so that's the minor chord. Major, minor, and it's an E, and they sound similar other than that happy or sad tone, because they're of the same family, if you like. Now then, this is what I was talking about earlier. So you play the minor like this. The way I play the minor is like this. So it's exactly the same way. It's just I've replaced the 2nd, 3rd with my 1st and 2nd, because quite often in a lot of songs you won't hear an E major with an E minor. You'll either hear the E minor perhaps with something else, or you'll hear the E major with something else. Unlikely that they'll both be in the same song. So because you don't have to transition from this to this, you could, for example, go from a D to an E minor, so it'd be, and because the D is not the E, it's a different chord, you would just, I would use these 2 fingers rather than doing this. It's just easier. And then the next chord that we're going to move on to, which is a major and a minor chord, will be the A. So I'll see you then.